Hi, welcome back to Be Extra Knitting. This is a knitting podcast by Stephanus. I'm Stephanus. Today is Monday, February 17th at 8 o'clock, actually 8:49 p.m. Usually I record and upload new episodes every other Saturday, and it should have been 2 days ago, or no, this past Saturday. But as I mentioned in the previous episode, I was not sure if I can make it to record because I was not gonna be at home this Saturday, and I thought I will just do it the next week. But since I have a day off today, I was able to do everything that I need to do during the day. So right now I'm back home and I decided to just record really fast and upload it because I think I have some stuff to show from last time, and rather than sitting on it for another week, I'll just record it and upload it while it's still fresh. So here we are. Anyway, why don't we do that? I'll start with the update since last time, and then I'll go to the main topic of this episode, which I decided to be my top 3 favorite knitted snow accessories. So I'll go over them, and I just made that up. I just made up that theme right now, but it will make sense as we go, as I continue this episode. Anyway, so update since last time. What have I finished? As you can see, this is my finished object. So this is the what is this? The Scotland Yard vest by designed by Joanna Johnson, knitted by me. And I have been working on it since December 23rd, basically when I was in Scotland for vacation. And I picked up some British yarn while I was there, and then I decided to decided the color while I was there, and then continue with the vest. So initially I have this main color that I already bought from Rhinebeck of 2024 October 2024. I got this from Browderbird's farm, which is in New York. And then I did not know what contrast color I want. And then when I was in the UK, I got this brown one. I lost the band, but if I find the band or actually, if you go to my Vlogmas, I did a weekly Vlogmas. So if you go to the week 4, you will see the information of this. But I will also put the information in the comment or description of the video when I find it. But anyway, this is one of them. So that's the brown. And then I got Jameson and Smith for the dark navy. This is 36 navy color, and this is a two-ply jumper weight. It's 100% Shetland wool. Each of this ball is 25 grams. So, and then there's one more here, which is lavender. Again, I don't have, or maybe this one. No, I lost the band, but if you go to week 4 of my Vlogmas, you will see the information there. I also will put in the description below. Anyway, I like it. I have worn this on Friday. So what happened Friday? I went to work, and Friday was February 14th, and I am a supporter of Carnegie Hall. So it's Carnegie Hall Notable. So basically, for the supporters, they will have, like discounted price of tickets. And February 14th, there was a special performance by the one and only Jinx Monsoon. So Jinx was performing their original songs. I think there was one song that was not original, or a couple of them, but mostly original song. And the music director was Ben de la Creme. So if you follow RuPaul's Drag Race, you know who Jinx is. So Jinx is the two-time winner of RuPaul Drag Race competition. And Ben de la Creme is her best friend, and Ben de la Creme is also a RuPaul drag queen, or drag race. Anyway, and it was amazing. It was an amazing night. But anyway, I was wearing a simple button-up white shirt, and then I pulled this lavender color as the color of my tie. I did not bring it here, but it's right there in my drawer. So it was nice. I put some pictures in the Be Extra Knitting Instagram. So if you would like to check the pictures, go to Big Extra Knitting Instagram, and then you'll see it. So yeah, it's really nice. I really love this. So it's a bottom up vest, and really simple what do you call it, color work pattern. Basically it's a 4-row repeat, and what else, it's very British style. And oh yeah, so this pattern is a collection, a part of a collection that is inspired by Sherlock Holmes. So in the collection, so basically it's a book. I think it's called Sherlock Knits. So if you just Google Sherlock Knits book, knitting book, you will find the book. And then this is one of the patterns that are included in the book. And I think there's a hat pattern in that book, and then there's a teapot cover pattern. I really I want to make that teapot cover, knitted cover. It is a color work teapot cover. It's really cute. I do have a really nice ceramic teapot that I use, but I don't use it that often. I prefer coffee than tea, but when I do want tea, I use that. Oh, by the way, this is my Charisma, Uniqueness, Nerve, and Talent mug, and it's just water. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so this is a part of the Sherlock Knits collection or book. What else can I say? Oh yeah, so this is fingering weight, color work all over. It's a vest. There's no sleeve. So once you finish with the shaping, you join the shoulder. You pick up for the V, and you pick up for the arm, and then I think 8 rows of ribbing, and then that's it. I like how the ribbing is very skinny for the V and the arm here, because as you can see, if it's much thicker ribbing, it will just go further than the away from the shoulder, and I like it this way. The size is perfect. I chose the right size. I really did not gauge because I was traveling, and when I think I decided the pattern while I was in the airplane, and I just brought this just because I want to use this yarn, but I did not know what I wanted to make this with. But I just brought two skeins of 100 gram of this yarn before I pick up everything else in Scotland. So, um, yeah, so I was just doing, um, again, I really think that we should have a standardized tension factor. I talk about this in my previous episode, but anyway, I was just using my regular knitting tension. My knitting tension, most of the time, I'm more, I'm a more, I'm a tighter knitter compared to most of designers. So I just decided to increase the needle size right away, even without doing a gauge, and then it makes it makes perfect uh, uh, fit at the end. Um, so yeah, I think that's what I can talk about for this one. Maybe this could be the front page. Okay, so the next one. Yeah, somehow. Okay, I also I will reiterate this. I usually work on one project at a time, but somehow I started working on two projects. Maybe that's why it took me almost 2 months. So I finished it February 13, and I started it December 23rd. So almost 2 months for a vest, for a fingering vest, fingering weight vest. I was thinking I could finish it in a month or less. But anyway, it's not a competition. But uh, January, while I was still working on this, I decided to start crocheting stuff. So in my two previous episodes, I was showing two crochet bags that I gave one to my niece and keep one for myself. So those are two projects that I already finished before finishing this one. And then I started another one that I also finished this week. So I guess it's okay, I guess, not to be a monogamous knitter as long as I have in mind that I will finish everything that I cast on anyway. So I feel good. I don't feel like I'm wasting uh, some cast ons and having it as a lingering project. Does it make sense? So now I am down to just one project, and I'll talk about the current project. But going into the next finished object, this is the blanket, which is corner to corner blanket that I made using leftover yarn, but basically leftover either partial skeins or multiple skeins of yarn that I used to make garments previously. So all of this, I have used the yarn for making previous garments, if not socks. So, for example, I start here in this. So this is corner to corner. So I started. Oh, I just need to cut the tails, and this is already blocked. And this is crochet. So I start with this. This one is the yarn that I used to make my sister's this simply the vest V-neck uh, that was designed by Jules Picot of Jules Picot Design, based in Boston. And this one is, I think there's alpaca on this, but basically wool alpaca. Very rustic, but it's really nice as a vest. It's a DK. Oh yeah, this is a DK to worsted, but I also have some fingering weight, but I just double the fingering weight when I use the fingering yarn. So this one, the yellow one here is, so this is for my the leftover for my sister's vest. The yellow one is the leftover for my batik parang sweater. So batik is Indonesian uh, uh, textile, originated from Java Island. And this one is Sanus Garn yarn. And this is DK. And then this one is who I use this as a ribbing of ski gloves, which I will talk about in a little bit as a ski accessories, ski gears. Anyways, accessories. So that's that one, and then the purple one here is the leftover for my nephew's birthday sweater. Again, it's basic. Oh, by the way, this one was for the batik parang, which is just my own design, which it is not published. And this one is the ribbing for the gloves. This is for my nephew's birthday sweater, which is also my design that I did not publish. This is more leftover for my sister's vest. This is more leftover for the yellow is again the leftover for my batik sweater, and then this gray is for my niece birthday vest or cardigan. And then this one is more of the my sister's leftover gray, the very no, simply the vest V-neck vest, and then more of my nephew's birthday sweater, more of my sister's, and this one is a Zober ball, and I use the Zober ball for my what do you call Ulos cardigan. Again, it's a cardigan, my own design that I don't publish. More of my sister's V-neck, and this is for my nephew's. Actually, this is her hat that I made for the trip to London last year or December. And this one, I think the yarn is created for you by Laura. I forgot the name of the color. More of the vest. This one is more Zobberball for my cardigan. This blue one is for my Giotto sweater, which is the blue wool of the Giotto sweater, and that sweater is made, again, my own design, is made by holding merino wool and mohair together, but this one is just the wool. And now this one is a fun bear pride colorway that was specifically made from my request, for my request, that is done by my friend Laura at Always Be Kind Yarn. And this one is the Seven Sister Arts yarn in Raven color or colorway, and this was used, or this is an extra yarn for my sister's love note. And again, this is more of the Bear Pride. So for the Bear Pride, you can see all the Bear Pride color in here, and in the background is the off-white or what do you call it, cream color. And this one is two fingering weight. One is just a regular gray color, and the other one is teal color that I used to make a hat for a gift. This one again, more of the Bear Pride. I love this Bear Pride. So this Bear Pride color is uh dyed for assigned pooling projects. So if you know what assigned pooling is, where you have uh colors, a section of yarn, section of your skein that is colored with whatever color you want, but the length of this colored section is enough to just make like a special stitch in your project. So if you see like a heart stitch in the middle of a regular stockinette, and that heart has like a different color than the rest of the stockinette, so that's pretty much the assigned pulling yarn. That was really big back in 2018, 19, or during pandemic. Now, my favorite yarn out of all this, my favorite leftover yarn is this guy right here, and I did not know. So this one that looked like a garden. Doesn't it remind you of a garden? This color, this guy. Now, this one I got it from Boston. No, not Boston. DC as single skein yarn. So this one was not a leftover. I never use it because I don't know what to use it for. This is a worsted weight. I thought that I want to make a hat with it, but I never did it. But then I decided to just put it here, and I wish I have. Actually, I did make a hat for my brother-in-law for last December. But again, I did not. I wanted to make it for myself, but I gave it away as a gift. But anyway, so actually this is a leftover. But this reminds me of a garden with this stitch, this crochet stitch. And you know what? The name or the colorway of this is actually called Secret Garden. And this is by Nerdy Fibers. And the Nerdy Fibers is, so this is 4-ply DK, 100% superwash merino wool. I wonder where they're from. If any of you know where they're from. I got it from DC. I wonder if they're from around DC. But their website is nerdyfibers.com if you want to check. I really want this. I think I remember now, when I make it for my brother-in-law, if you just make like a, what do you call it, stockinette stitch with this, it doesn't remind you of a garden at the like the final product. But for crochet, I really like how it turned out. Like, this is my favorite color way in this blanket or afghan. Okay, so the next one is, again, it's the color, the Bear Pride colorway. And this one is I think Gigi loves orange, one of those orange with what was that? Somebody help me by putting it in the comment if you remember. What is their name? It's not. I'll put it in the description below. But it's one of those orange by Gigi, inspired by Gigi. And this one again, just Bear Pride. Now, this is how it is at the end. It is about 40 inches long and 33 or no 35-inch wide. And I check um like donations site for toddler blanket, and I think it's okay for an Afghan for toddlers size for Afghan for toddler. Like even uh it's you know big enough for me, and as I'm working on it, as it grows uh, uh, bigger and bigger, it and currently it's really, oh, this is a good look. Currently it's really cold. It's in the east coast of the US. The US, it's still really cold. It's still winter. So it's really nice to have it on the lap, on my laps. Uh, so it's a perfect Afghan at the end. So I'm going to give it away, but I already block it. I just finished drying it today, so I'll just snip some ends, and then because um I already, what do you call, like weave them in as I go when I work on them. So oh, this is nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So those are the finished objects that I have. So I'll take it off because I don't want to continue wearing it and then I have to clean it again. But yeah, it's just beautiful. I know the colors are so mismatched, but I think at the end it makes some sense. I mean, okay, it, you can kind of tell this is, made from leftover yarn. It's not something that uh one would plan ahead before they start the project. Like I don't think I would buy this combination of yarn if I want to make it as a planned project. But since this is, a, what do you call it, a scrappy project kind of thing, I think it makes sense at the end. And for toddler, I think it's okay, and I make sure uh it will be accepted. But yeah, this will go to Project Linus. If you just Google what Project Linus is, and one of the uh, drop off center is actually Joanne store, some Joanne stores, and we know Joanne. Some Joanne stores are closing, but the one that is in my neighborhood is still open, and they're still taking donation for Project Linus. So, uh, yeah. So the thing is, even after making that one Afghan, I still have a lot of leftover yarn, and I put all my leftover yarn and also that that blanket when I was making it in my wax paper bag. This huge wax paper bag is filled with all leftover yarn that I still have, that I will make more Afghan with, and I will keep the next one in for my house because I would like to decorate my sofa or couch with it. And in the winter, again, as I mentioned, just putting it on my laps, keep myself warm. And if I can decrease the temperature of the heater for the house, maybe I can save some heating bills. But anyway, this thing is this base. By the way, this is from Trader Joe. $8 from Trader Joe, and it's a great project bag. Even though this is made for, or this is sold for, what do you call? grocery bag, but I have found that this is a perfect large project bag. So, for example, blankets, a huge sweater, or like a thick sweater project. This is a perfect one. And also, it holds all my leftover yarn, so I can just pull what do you call a ball of yarn and then continue crocheting and then pull another one. I don't have to go back to my drawer. I keep looking at that direction when I say drawer because it's right there and I never want to show my drawer. You know, as a lady, I don't have to show all my yarn. No, I don't. Actually, with making, okay, let me just put this back. After making that Afghan, I am able to, and also by putting everything, like all my leftover yarn into that Trader Joe's bag, I'm able to make that yarn drawer emptier, much emptier than before. So, okay, maybe I still have three sets of three sweater quantity of yarn there, but they're already planned for. But what I'm saying is, I'm happy that I figured out what to do with the leftover yarn that have been left there as like random ball of yarns that might not be enough for a whole pair of socks, or not might not be enough for a whole new hat or something. But for a stripe of the blanket, especially at the smaller part of the blanket, they're perfect. So that will be the theme of this year. I will continue being a non-monogamous knitter with the intention of finishing everything that I cast on. Um, Not as soon as possible, but basically casting on with intention. But I don't mind if it's more than one project at a time. If it's not, if it's not one project at a time. Anyway, it doesn't matter. No one cares. It's just for me. I don't know why I'm validating myself. Anyway, so those are my finished object. Now, um, before we go to the main part, the theme of the episode, which will not be too long anyway, so don't worry. Um, let's go to the work in progress, or whip. So this is the whip. It's gonna be fast. I met this skein of yarn in one of my local yarn store couple weeks ago. Now I have to pull this. I hate pulling a band of yarn from a skein. But anyway, it is a 100% merino wool cricket. The color is golden 734. It's made in Ireland. So it's an Irish wool, or yarn, wool, yeah, wool yarn, yes. But what really caught my eyes first is the color, but that little color pops. It's just, I don't know. It has to be a hat. So I started a hat. Now, it's I was going to use paid for pattern, but I have something in mind that I want to kind of prove myself in terms of the crown decrease. So usually, let's talk about that. I love sailor cap kind of shape, meaning I like it to be not covering my ear when I wear a hat. It has to stop here and then ribbing all the way here and then just quick, quick decrease. But the decrease is very round. But if you see the trend now, not hats that are knitted, but commercial hat, like commercial knitted hats. One of those hats that younger generation or younger uh, people. I'm speaking like I'm so old. Are wearing they have pointy end, and um it's ribbing all the way and then pointy shape. So so because of the shape of the end of the head, it's different from the round head, the round decrease for the sailor cap. I was thinking the decrease must be different, right? So I walked to one of sports store sports gear store one day. Yeah, just one time. And then I saw a wall of hats that are having that shape. Now I saw the way that were made is they, as just like as any other hat, you knit it. If you knit it from bottom up, you go straight up until the decrease. But when you start a decrease, instead of making decrease evenly around, initially you only decrease on two sides. Basically, the if you fold the hat in half, you just decrease left and right only. So instead of, let's say you make four equal decrease, instead of making four equal decrease, you just make two equal decrease. So you decrease with just two from two sides only for a section of the hat, and then after that section you start decreasing in four sections, so four equal sections. So by doing that, initially you only decrease. Basically, you're not gonna make a round shape at the decrease. You're making a little bit pointy, and I want to test that theory. So usually I right away decrease with four equal section, but instead of doing that, I will start decreasing with just two equal section initially. So again, left and right, or just you will have a front and back side of the head. So decrease for a couple of rows there, and then after I feel like I have enough shape to make it pointy, then I will do the four equal side decrease. So it doesn't make sense. If it doesn't make sense right now, it's fine. But I want to test that idea. And I'm pretty sure there might be patterns out there that is already doing the same thing. But I just want to check myself. So what I'm doing here is I just started with 2x2 what do you call ribbing, and it will just be 2x2 ribbing all the way until I do the decrease, and when I do the decrease, it will still be 2x2 until the end. Yeah, so it's gonna be a ribbed hat, like a simple ribbed hat. It's just the decrease, I want it to be pointy rather than round, if that makes sense. Yeah, anyway, that's pretty much the knitting part, or the project based part of the episode. Now, going to the initial theme of this episode, is my top three knitted ski accessories. And why am I talking about this? So the reason why I did not um, what do you call record on Saturday is because I went skiing. So I call it the first annual queer skiers and knitters of New Jersey. So I invited a couple of friends who queer friends who knit and also ski, and we went to a Mountain Creek, which is in Vernon, New Jersey. So it's about 1 hour and a half from my house. It's not too far. It's north of my house, and yeah. So we went there. So no, sorry, yesterday, Sunday. So why did I not record Saturday? Something happened Saturday. I don't know. Um, anyway, um, oh yeah, I think I want to add the section, the skiing section to the episode. Okay, got it. Wow, this episode. Anyway, it's 9:30. I should stop now. Anywho, um, yeah, yes. So we went skiing yesterday, and I I realized there are a couple of knitted stuff that I love to bring when I go skiing. I mean, of course, um, I have ski pants that are actually pants for skiing, so make that will make sure there's no water going in into your from the outside into your boots, because the ski pants will have like the inner lining that you cover your boots and then cover your legs from the outside, and also like a ski jacket. Basically it's constructed really well for skiing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about other accessories that I like to add that actually is practical. So, number one, the very top favorite there is a cowl. So, a cowl, I just put it on my neck and or around my neck in the beginning of, you know, um, before I put on my jacket, and then I put on my jacket. So I can just leave it around my neck like this while I'm skiing, or when it start to have we if we get caught in the middle of squall or whatever snowstorm while we're on a slope, I can just pull it up and be extra with all this you know um, pattern. By the way, this is um, patterned by my really good friend Michael Green. Michael is a ballet dancer, ballet instructor, ballet performer based in Ohio, uh, Dayton, Ohio, and also he's a designer and a drawer, painter. And Michael wrote this pattern when I first met him, actually, which is the start of pandemic. It was one of those Zoom meeting of knitting, and when I saw Michael, we just clicked right away, and we continued, keeping in touch with each other. And one year when he finished, or when he was, yeah, after he published this, I definitely picked up the pattern and made it. And this is called Sankofa Cowl. I think it's Sankofa Cowl. Um, Again, I will put it on the description to link to the pattern. Um, yes, so that pattern right there, that one right there, is the name of the pattern. Yeah. So again, back to skiing. I like this. Now, why do I like it? It's practical and it's safe. So I don't like to wear a huge shawl to skiing because it can get caught in a lot of moving things like your lift chair and all that. So this one is just staying inside my jacket, and especially when you're in the lift chair, the wind is really hitting you. It's easy to just put it to cover my ear, because basically the helmet already is covering my head and my ear. So this one is really to cover my nose and my mouth. And uh, my my other really important accessories, not knitted accessories, is my contact lens. So I'm wearing glasses. So when I go skiing, I put on contact lens so I don't have to worry about losing my glasses. And also I will be able to put on my ski goggles. So when the wind chill is hitting my face, I have this to cover my nose and my mouth, and I have my goggles to cover my eyes, and I have my helmet to cover my head and my ears. Now, so that's my accessory number one. Now the next accessory. So base. By the way, a hat will not be included in this list. I actually don't need a hat, a knitted hat when I go skiing, because I don't like having a hat and then putting on my helmet, because when I take off the helmet, the hat, I can, lose the hat, and if I don't put on my helmet, it's not safe to go skiing. So, and the helmet itself is already more than a hat in terms of keeping you warm. So, actually, hat is not a thing that I will bring to a ski slope. So this definitely is, and I have been bringing this since I make this. So I try to go skiing every winter while I live here in the East Coast. Oh, this is also a nice front page. And then the second one, I said three, right? I'll make it up. Actually, this makes sense. So the second one is gloves. So okay, of course we all have the 3M technology for skiing, but I like fingerless gloves, especially if it's just fingering weight, so it's not too thick. So if I have a fingering weight fingerless glove, and then I put on my ski what is not gloves, ski mittens, whatever, the big one. If I have to take off to check my, let's say my watch, or my what do you call, like my cell phone, I will still have a layer of not garment, gloves, which is a knitted glove, to prevent my hand from freezing over. So instead of just putting on the big ski mitten, the 3M one, I like to have a layer before I put on the big ski gloves. So that is really practical. Again, my favorite one actually was designed by Michael Green again, and I was actually test knitting it for him. What is the name of the? Again, I will put in the description. Um, so I like to have a cowl. I like to have gloves, and the third one, and not the least, the last but not the least, is knitted wool socks. They are a lifesaver. Lifesaver, lifesaver, lifesaver. If your feet are cold or wet, I think that's the first thing that will really drain your energy. And if you want to stay outside, in the middle of snow, storm, rain, sleet, whatever, for 6 hours, because yeah, we got there at 8 o'clock and we finished, the last run at 3 o'clock. So it was 7 hours that we were on the slope. Well, minus 30-minute lunch and 30-minute break. Okay, 6 hours. But as long as your feet is not wet and not freezing, you're okay. So I'm not showing any socks, but knitted wool socks. You know, you don't need to see an example. So my favorite ski accessories, to summarize, one, and they're practical. One is Cowl. Two is the fingerless glove, and then the third one is the socks, the knitted wool socks. So I think that's it. I did not mean to record this much, but I guess when you're not prepared, you can talk too much. Anyway, hopefully you are enjoying your project. Let me know, give a comment what you're working on for the last few weeks of winter. I mean, if you are in an area where it is currently winter. Now, are you already in the spring and summer part of your knitting journey? If yes, let me know what you are excited in making for this spring or summer. Are you making a tank top for the beach? Are you making shirts? Are you making more vests? I am going to make another vest. I'm not sure if I'm going to make this one. I did pick up some yarn to make another one of this when I was in London. I was in knitting with attitude or knit with attitude yarn store in London. I love them. Hey, if you're watching. So I pick up another set that will be perfect for this. It's just a different color theme. Actually, that is more fall color. So if I make one now, that one now, I will be able to wear it for this fall. Or I can use it to make another vest, but a different design. I'm still not sure. But I think I want to make another design. I think I'm done with this. I love this, and I did not know I could be a vest wearing person. So yeah, right. That's why I want to make another vest, another style of vest, and see if I can pull it off. So it's kind of like experiment that I'm doing. So yeah, so that set that I bought in London, it will be for another type of vest. It's still gonna be a vest, but it will be a different design. So I just have to reroute the use of the colors, because the other design is not a color work, but I bought yarn that are different colors. So I'll just have to figure it out how to use it. I use them. So yeah, I'm excited to make that vest. That vest is gonna be in for the fall. So I don't know yet what I want to make for the summer. I feel like I haven't been designing for my own self this year, which is fine. I I do see a shift in my knitting journey. 3 years ago, the past 3 years, I've been every year I have my own design that I keep making throughout the year. So I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying this part of the knitting journey where, acknowledging published pattern that really resonates with my vibe. So anyway, let me know what you're excited to work on for the spring, summer, and fall. Oh yeah, by the way, we are planning to do another ski trip before the end of this winter season. I think it's gonna be the first week of March. If you are again near New Jersey area, New York, Connecticut, whatever, if you would like to join us for our queer skier and knitter trip, let me know. You can connect with me at the Be Extra Knitting Instagram. Be Extra Knitting, one word. And yeah, until then, be extra, be brave, love what you knit, knit what you love. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Here we are. This is our first look of the day. It is slushy condition, but I think we can do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. bye.